Tommy Robinson, founder of the English Defence League, is serving an 18-month sentence for contempt of court. Due to credible threats against his life, including a reported plot by a life-sentenced inmate, he has been placed in segregation at HMP Woodhill.
The Ministry of Justice opposed the bid. We know who's in charge of that, with its lawyers stating that Robinson was isolated following threats to his safety, including that he will be assaulted by other prisoners for kudos. In a ruling on Friday, Mr Justice Chamberlain dismissed Robinson's bid, stating his case was not arguable and that it was not accurate to refer to his segregation as solitary confinement.
Robinson is challenging his isolation, claiming it harms his mental health and is politically motivated. The Ministry of Justice argues segregation is necessary for his safety, sparking debates on free speech, prison conditions, and political bias. Currently serving an 18-month sentence for contempt of court at HMP Woodhill, Robinson, born Stephen Yaxley Lennon, faces credible threats, including intelligence of a life-sentenced inmate planning his assassination. Reports also indicate other prisoners have targeted him to gain notoriety.
Those that are spreading lies and misinformation as far and as wide as possible, they're not interested in victims, they're interested in themselves. Those who are cheerleading Tommy Robinson, not interested in justice. They're supporting a man who went to prison for nearly collapsing a grooming case, a gang grooming case. These are people who are trying to get some kind of vicarious thrill from street violence that people like Tommy Robinson promote.
Robinson's legal team has challenged his segregation in the High Court, arguing it harms his mental health and is politically motivated due to his activism. They cite a decline in his well-being and concerns about a potential relapse upon release. Despite segregation, he has access to various amenities in his cell and receives daily medical and chaplaincy visits. The Ministry of Justice insists segregation is necessary for his safety and prison order. The court's decision on his case is still pending.
We were sitting there thinking, oh, the justice system might be working. We looked at this judge and we actually hoped that we had a just judge. We actually hoped that we had someone who's going to make a fair decision. Now, obviously, the reality is the judge has made his decision and that's between him and his conscience. But this is not justice, Paul. And like I said yesterday, we have three-tier justice. We have the two-tier Kier justice where the preferred demographic and everybody else gets priority and gets looked after. Then we have the justice for the Brits, and then we have justice for Tommy Robinson. It's a three-tier justice system.
In the UK, prison administration and welfare oversight fall under the Secretary of State for Justice, who also serves as Lord Chancellor. This role includes managing prisons and probation services. While the Prime Minister holds the highest executive office, direct intervention in cases like Tommy Robinson's is rare, with influence typically exercised through policy direction rather than specific justice operations.
I want you to feel sorry for me. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy of it all. It's 2025, and what amounts to mental torture is being inflicted on a journalist because he made a film. They don't have to do this. I should be in an open prison. And if they're saying, if their excuse is they brought me here and they put me in isolation, I haven't asked them to isolate me. So they put me in isolation because their excuse is I'll get hurt in the prison system. But if that was the case, they should still give me the same rights as a DCAT prisoner. If a DCAT prisoner is only meant to be staying in prison at night and he's meant to go to work, that's what I should be doing. Least of all for making a film. So the judge is given the power to give 2 years prison sentence for contempt of court without a jury. I've never had a jury, ever. So a 2-year prison sentence, but he wouldn't be given that if it was 2 years of solitary confinement.
Tommy Robinson's imprisonment has sparked public debate, with criticism directed at Prime Minister Kier Starmer. Figures like Elon Musk have called for his release, accusing Starmer of bias during his time as Director of Public Prosecutions. Starmer has dismissed these claims, arguing that misinformation undermines democracy. Meanwhile, thousands have protested in London, demanding Robinson's release, raising fears of unrest. Robinson lost a High Court bid to challenge his segregation, imposed due to threats from inmates. His lawyers argued it violates his rights, but the court ruled he has sufficient privileges. Robinson, born Stephen Yaxley Lennon, is a far-right activist and co-founder of the English Defence League. Over the years, he has faced legal issues, including contempt of court for spreading false claims about a Syrian refugee. Supporters argue his imprisonment is politically motivated, while critics emphasize the need to uphold court orders. The UK government insists his sentence upholds the rule of law, while critics claim it reflects judicial bias.